Hey everyone, my name is Tierney Burridge. I have written the children's book, Zariah the Butterfly. It is designed to inspire young girls to be themselves. I also have a coloring book to go along with it. Check out my website, link will be in the bio. Hey everyone, this is Tierney and I am back with another review. This is Belle Collective Season 3, Episode 3 review. So, this probably won't be in any particular order, but it was back at Soguchi's daughter's baby shower, and Soguchi and Latrice went outside to have a chit chat. And I actually applaud these two women for having a conversation about the whole um, property and other real estate agent and all that. One thing that I can say is I'm glad that it was just them two. Because a lot of times when you have other people around, like your friend, your family member, they could disrupt the conversation that the two people should have because they're going to be giving off bad energy and going to chime in and give their 2 cents when it's not about them. So I do applaud them for just having just the two of them there. And I think Latrice was well, she was wrong for as far as not telling Gucci that she went with another agent. And yeah, Latrice should have handled that a lot better. I'm saying, um, but like I say, Latrice, she she comes off as maybe it's all about her. It's all about Latrice Rogers, and that's it. She don't really care about anyone else. That's how she comes off. So that was the first scene, with Latrice and Soguchi. The next scene was Josh, which is Latrice's assistant, or I guess he's a makeup artist as well. So Akeisha went to Goddess Length to get her makeup done by Josh, and he was, telling her what was going on between he, Cliff, and Latrice. He stayed in their home, and how they went to a bar and Cliff showed up there as well. And one thing about Akeisha I can say is that she gives great advice. But she doesn't give advice like she's trying to be messy. For instance, he was saying how he felt like Latrice kind of sides with Cliff when he kind of do wrong, I guess you can say. And Akeisha said that he doesn't want to be in a situation where his job is lingering over his head because Latrice can fire him because of her husband Cliff. And I feel like that was great advice, and that's something that I didn't really think about. That if Cliff says fire him, Latrice maybe could or would. And I never thought about that, but Keisha brought that up, and I'm glad she did because she seemed like a woman with some sense. That's first thing, and she seemed to really care because she gave him just great advice, and I think he should probably move out and get his own place and just be her assistant and her employee. But him living with them, that's not a good look, and he definitely should not do that. He should definitely move out. So then it goes to Latrice goes to see Letitia. No, Letitia, she is the woman that does the brunches, and she do a lot of public speaking. So Latrice went to her trying to get advice because she has a speaking engagement. And so, of course, she did a trial run. And she started off very, very bumpy, you know. And so, of course, Letitia gave her some pointers and some advice on how she should speak. She said, don't start a sentence, with this word or with this phrase. And I thought that was very, very good, because, like, I hate to hear people, like, on stage talking and say, like a lot, that's kind of annoying when they say like a lot. And, just stuff like that she was telling Latrice to do and not to do. And I appreciate that because, I'm really learning from these women on this show. So Marie now brings up about how Tambra is a fibber. And if they went back to, I think, the previous season 2, where they added Akeisha to the cast, and Tambra did not want. Well, they started a group text between all the collectives, and apparently Tambra did not want Akeisha included in the group text. So then they brought it up in front of everyone. Tambra kind of backtracked and said she didn't say it and all that. And then Marie brought up how her and Damon, and are they dating, are they engaged, and all that. And she said that she's been proposed to, I guess, many times, or a couple times, but she never accepted. So she was only engaged like maybe once, but proposed to many times. And I don't know how her past become like. If you were proposed to before, and then maybe he wasn't the right guy, that could be it as well. But I think when you had many proposals and they kind of all fell through, maybe you need to check yourself. Just just my thought. Next up is Akeisha and Latrice meet up for a play date. But of course, it's Akeisha's children and Latrice's grandchildren. And I thought this was a funny scene because Akeisha asked her, are her husband Cliff's kids her age? And she was like, yeah, they're my age. So I guess it's like he done married his daughter, I guess, someone his daughter's age or his kid's age. So I thought that was kind of funny. And I guess Latrice was kind of, I don't want to say she was embarrassed about it, but she was like looking kind of weird about the question. So then Akeisha goes in to ask her about her and Josh's situation. And I guess Akeisha was being a little too, I guess, inquisitive maybe. So Latrice asked her, what's going on? Like, what's all the questions? So, of course, Akeisha came clean and said that her and Josh had a conversation about what's going on between her and her husband, Cliff, at their home. So now Latrice is feeling some type of way, and she said she's going to voice a concern with Josh about, I guess, him spreading their house business, but to be honest with you, I think Josh is a true friend. I think he's maybe concerned. And I think because he and Latrice are supposed to be friends, but he said, but she sided with Cliff, so he just kind of needs someone to vent to. And Akeisha was that person. So, of course, Akeisha wants to get, you know, Latrice's side, which in turn made Latrice kind of, become like aware, like what's going on, why you ask all these questions. So now Latrice is saying she's going to confront Josh about spreading their house business or marriage business or what have you. So, I mean, I feel like maybe Latrice wants to keep her household business a secret because everything is not peachy there. Because, like I said, we've seen Cliff be controlling at the bar. So maybe maybe she doesn't want people to know what's really, really going on in the house. So she's finna confront Josh about talking. All right, now next scene was Tambra and Damond on a date night. And he kind of comes across as, this is basically based off of this TV show. I don't know him in real life, but he comes across on this TV show that he wants his cake and eat it too. He he wants he doesn't want to buy the cow, but he wants to get the milk for free. This is how he comes off on this TV show to me. So, and a guy like that is not worth anyone's time because he's just going to use you, and when he gets done, you're done. So then Marie signs a lease for Letitia and her son to stay in to kind of give herself and Glenn some space. And so Gucci was there because she's a realtor. So while Marie was talking, she looked and saw, she like kind of jumped on. I thought maybe it was like a wasp or something in the room, and they showed Glenn has arrived. And I'm like, how did he even know where they were? So I mean, is he tracking her or, and of course, Marie said that he's stalking her, but I mean, because he's like, that's my wife. I can't stalk my wife and all that nonsense. But I think Glenn is the type of guy who wants to do what he wants to do. And the woman that he's involved with should just go sit down and let him do what he wants to do and not say anything. And if she tries to do anything or leave or what have you, he's going to follow her to the ends of the earth and put a stop to it. That's how he comes across. And in my opinion, that's another form of control. And so now Marie and Glenn are going back and forth. And Letitia's trying to calm him down because, which is what a friend should do. And I don't think so Gucci is close enough to Letitia to kind of get involved, because she didn't, thus far. And she kind of just stood back, and so Marie was kind of up front, going back and forth with Glenn. And she was saying, this is my property, so you need to leave. And he's like, this is my wife, I ain't got to go nowhere, And based off of his actions of showing up there, they do need space, because he is tracking her or something, because how he know where they were? So yeah, I think he probably needs to go get maybe some counseling to see what's going on with himself. Maybe. Or they need to just sit down and have a heart-to-heart talk with just the two of them. So now Marie decides to go and stand up for her friend, and she goes outside and tells Letitia to come back in. And she tells Glenn to leave because this is her house or her property. And so when she did that, Letitia came back in the house. And of course, Marie was still at the door. I tried not to laugh. It was funny. And he's still outside talking smack. And Marie said something to the effect of, you see she came back in, right? Now, okay, you have a nice day, and closed the door and walked off. I'm like, Marie is a real one. I tell you, I love Marie Monroe. She is a real one. And I love how she just go hard for her friend and hard for her friends. I just love that about her. And the fact that she's willing to go up against her friend's husband to protect her friend against her husband. I mean, that's just unreal as to how much she cares about her friend, how she loves her friend, and she's willing to go against her friend's husband to protect her. I admire Marie so much for that. Cause I guess Gucci is not really close to Marie in that way, so she kind of stayed back. And then plus she was working. This is not like a leisure type thing. She was in work mode, so that's why she didn't want to get involved. But Miss Marie, I will always have respect for her. So this was basically the gist of this episode 3, I believe, of the Bells of Belle Collective. So thank you all for listening. Consider subscribing to my channel. Leave a comment. I would love to interact with you all. Tell me what y'all think about Glenn, if you wish. And I will see you all on the next one. Bye.